Morning. Well, I was talking about GEDmatch yesterday because a lot of people upload their DNA there and try and find matches of cousins to figure out which part of your DNA came from which ancestor. So today I thought I'd show a DNA painter where you can actually paint DNA in different chromosomes. Let me share. And first, I would go to Family Tree DNA or FT DNA and click on the DNA Painter. And I've picked a couple of people who have contributed DNA at Family Tree DNA, my sister and two of my first cousins. Um, I know who they are, I know our relationship, and you can see that even the FTDNA Painter knows how close they are. They know this is a sibling or an uncle or an aunt or a niece. These are first cousins because there's not quite as much. So on chromosome 1, we got 22 of them down here. You can see where my sister and I share DNA and where my cousin Neil, and then here's where my cousin Kathy shares DNA. Now, the thing I don't like as much about this is you can't tell. Well, I know that Neil and Kathy are on my mother's side, so this DNA here comes from my mother. My sister, though, some of this comes from my mother and some from my father. We each got half our DNA from them, right? So I can't really tell, where did this little piece of segment of DNA come from in my sister's chart? This, I can probably guess that it came from our mother because of this matching with our cousins on our mother's side. So one thing I like a little more is you can upload DNA. You can go to DNA Painter and you can put where you match, show where you match. And this allows you to actually paint both the paternal side. Let me zoom in some here. Paternal side and the maternal side. So right here, you can see on my mother's side from her grandfather, Oliver Sanders, there's a match with this fella named Jerry Sanders. That makes sense. I like these purple ones because I have a half first cousin. We have the same grandfather, but we have different grandmothers. That means any DNA that my half first cousin and I share came from our grandfather. So that's pretty interesting to be able to see. So everywhere that I've painted a little bar, that indicates I know where that DNA came from by looking at genealogy records. And you can see I'm 34% painted. I've painted 130 segments. A lot more work could be done here. You can see how much my grandfather contributed to my DNA directly from the Sears side. So I hope that gives you a little idea. You can either go to DNAPainter.com or if you used FTDNA, you can go to FamilyTreeDNA.com and point at some of your different matches and see where your DNA overlaps. Where did those different segments come from? There you go. Have a nice day.